Students, as you can see, this is the structure of a stomach. In this is esophagus. Esophagus is entering the stomach. Here at this location is present the cardiac sphincter or esophageal sphincter. Why it is called cardiac sphincter? Because it is present near to the heart. It is called cardiac sphincter because it is present near to the heart. This is the stomach. Stomach is divided into three parts. This part is known as fundus. This part is cardiac part, and this part is pylorus part. Cardiac part is also known as body. It is also known as body. This fundus part is filled with metabolic air. It is filled with metabolic air. Food rarely enters the fundus part. Food enters the cardiac part and then to the pyloric part. This pyloric part enters into the duodenum. The entry of pyloric stomach into the duodenum is controlled by pyloric sphincter. It is controlled by pyloric sphincter. So here it is pyloric sphincter or lower pyloric sphincter, and this is cardiac sphincter. Food stays for 4 to 5 hours in the stomach. Food stays here in the stomach for 4 to 5 hours. In stomach, folds are present to increase the surface area. Some folds are present, transverse folds are present in the stomach to increase the surface area, and they are known as rugae. You have studied rugae, this word, earlier also in the palate, hard palate. Hard palate also has transverse fold, which were also called rugae. Here in stomach also transverse folds are known as rugae. This inner lining of the stomach has gastric glands. Gastric means related to the stomach. It has gastric glands having different type of cells. They have different type of cell. Mainly 3 types of cells are present. Number 1, mucous neck cells. These mucous neck cells secrete mucus. These mucous neck cells secrete mucus. Second is oxantic or parietal cells. These are very important. Gastric glands have 3 types of cells. Number 1, mucous neck cells. Next is oxantic parietal cells. These oxantic parietal cells secrete HCl. They secrete HCl and Cassel intrinsic factor. They secrete HCl and Cassel intrinsic factor. This Cassel intrinsic factor is required for the absorption of vitamin B12. This Cassel intrinsic factor is required for the absorption of vitamin B12. Third type of cells present are peptic cells. These peptic cells are also known as chief cells. These peptic cells secrete pepsinogen and prorenin. They secrete pepsinogen and prorenin. What are these? Pepsinogen and prorenin are the inactive form of enzymes. These are the inactive form of enzyme. Pepsinogen on activation will form pepsin, and prorenin on activation will form renin.